Awesome. So stand nice and comfortably, find yourself a little bit of space, make sure you've got a bit of room around you so we're not crashing into anything. And we'll just start first of all just by standing up nice and tall, taking a nice breath in. There we go. So take a nice breath in, bring the shoulders up and breathe out as you let your arms just hang down. There we go. Breathe in, scoop the shoulders up. And breathe out as your arms get longer and heavier by your side. Let's just do a few more. Breathe in, scoop up. And breathe out, let your arms go nice and heavy. The last one like this. Slow breath in, scoop up. And breathe out, let your arms go nice and heavy. Good. Let's take those shoulders into a nice big circle. Draw as big a circle as you can. Really scoop the arms forwards, roll them up round towards your ears. Pull the shoulder blades together as your arms lengthen and circle round. And of course, we're probably going to hear some crunches, clicks and grinds as we often do with shoulders. But hopefully the more movement we get through there, the more fluid that movement is going to feel and the lighter your arms and neck are going to feel as well. So keep scooping them up, always opening the shoulders out and back. So we're opening ourselves from that nice hunched or that not so nice hunched position that we may have been in today. Still keep thinking about nice deep breaths for me. Opening up your chest. Lovely. And then just let your arms hang nice and heavy by your side again. We're going to lean down to one side. So arm goes nice and heavy, drop down to one side, and then just work. Gently bring yourself back up. Just starting to get that movement through your spine. Lengthen your arm down, gently scoop yourself back up. Slide the hand down the side of your thigh all the way down towards your knee, and then gently back up. There we go, other side. Each time you're going down, we'll see if we can reach a little bit further. There we go. It's starting to ease now. A little bit further each time as you slide that hand down. Let's do one more to each side. Nice, comfortable, working within our range of movement that we're happy, and maybe just seeing if we can just encourage a little bit further as long as it doesn't hurt. Okay. Pause there. Take your hands onto your shoulders. So elbows are out nice and wide. Watch they haven't slid forward. So keep them out nice and wide. And we're going to start to draw some circles. One arm goes up, other arm circles round and down. So this way, as well as working through the shoulders, we're getting our spine to twist. So as that one arm draws back, twist face towards the back elbow. So the next elbow goes up towards the ceiling. That's where you're twisting round. So we're getting that full rotation through the spine. Let your chin stay level with where your chest bone is so that your head is going round with you. Try not to keep your head looking forwards at your screen or at a point in front of you. Let your chin go round with you. So therefore we get that really nice movement all the way through the spine now. There we go. Lovely. There we go. And again, still keeping our breath, being a little bit aware of the breath, drawing it nice and deep down into your rib cage. You can do one in breath with one circle and an out breath with the other elbow. Just a couple more of these. This should start to feel a nice loosening happening through your spine now. Just finish up there. And again, let your arms just shake them out, relax them down. Let's think about releasing through the neck now, the one I've been looking forward to today. So we're going to just start, first of all, just dropping your chin towards your chest. So just feel that lengthening happening through the spine. So if I show you from the side, all you're doing is just literally chin to chest. Try not to poke it forwards and drop it down. Keep your head upright and just drop the chin straight down. Okay, you're coming right down into that position. So for some of you, you're going to already be feeling that tension start to be addressed as you're dropping your chin down. Others of you, this may feel absolutely fine, but the stretch will come. So just always check, first of all, that you're comfortable doing chin to chest. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to then get you just to drop one ear to one shoulder. So I'm going to take my right ear to my right shoulder. Right hand is going to come up over onto my head, just to encourage the head, not pulling. This hand is not working very actively. It's just creating a little bit of guidance to make my ear go down towards the shoulder. And then my left hand, so the other hand that's out straight, is just going to reach down towards my knee. So I've got one arm pulling down towards the floor and the other arm just gently guiding my head down towards my shoulder. So we can feel that nice stretch through the shoulder and through the, shoulder and neck. We're just feeling that start to release. Maybe engage a little bit with the breathing. So breathe in, just notice the tension in your neck. And as you breathe out, see if you can use your hand just to guide it a little bit closer towards your shoulder. not putting any tension, just guiding. So breathe in, notice the tension, and breathe out, guide it down a little bit further. There we go. Each time you're guiding your ear down, see if you can reach a bit further towards the floor. So we're now getting that really strong stretch through that neck. There we go. Now keep your ear down towards your shoulder, and at the same time, if we were all going to the right side, use your chin to now look down towards your right shoulder. So we're just going to get a different angle of the neck now. You might need to move the hand that's on your head a little bit further around so you're guiding it in the right direction. So the pressure, I say pressure, I mean the guiding pressure, is heading towards your chin. So we're not pulling down towards our ear anymore, we're pulling down in towards the chin. So this time the stretch has now moved from the side of your neck around towards the muscle fibers, around towards the back. So same thing, breathe in, notice the tension, and breathe out. Guide your head down a little bit further, stretch the other arm down towards the floor. That's it, breathe out, just take it deeper into that stretch. Breathe in to notice the tension, and breathe out, just notice that stretch. Perfect. Soften through your arm, take your hand off your head and gently let the head come back to neutral. There we go. Let's go off to the other side. So chin down towards your chest first of all. Take your left hand over the top of your head and draw the ear down towards your shoulder. Opposite hand again, reaching down towards the floor. So this is the stretch down the side muscles of your neck. So we're going to take a nice breath in. Notice this tension and breathe out. See if we can guide the head down a bit further. Push your hands down towards the floor. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. Stretch a little bit deeper. Not too much pressure with the hand. Remember, it's only there as a guide. Last one. Breathe in. And breathe out. Sink into that stretch. Lovely. When you finish breathing out, turn your chin so you're looking down towards that shoulder. Move your hands so that you're pulling, I say pulling, I mean gently guiding towards your chin. So same again, take a nice deep breath in, notice the tension, and breathe out. Guide the chin down towards your shoulder, lengthen the other arm down towards the floor. There we go. Last one, nice deep breath in, and breathe out. Deeper into the stretch as you can. Make sure it's still comfortable, but you're aware it's happening. And then gently take your hand off of your head, roll your chin around so you're back into neutral position. Perfect. Good. We're going to go sideways onto the mat. One leg is going to go forwards in front of the other. Not too wide. This is not a balance challenge, so get yourself so you're nice and stable. And what we're going to do is we're going to take both of your hands behind your back. So grab hold of one hand or one wrist and you're going to push your hands away from you. So we're really opening up through the chest. There we go. And from here, a little bit of a bend of the front knee. Draw in nice and tight through your tummy. So you're creating that stability through your pelvis. And from here, I want you to, well, stay here if you feel most comfortable here. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, bend from the hips, so you're lowering your chest down towards your knee and push your hands up towards the ceiling. So we're now starting to engage a little bit of a stretch through your back and a real stretch through the chest. Hold your hands, push your palms up towards the ceiling. Good. Take a nice deep breath in, keep pushing your hands up. Lovely. Gently fold back, hands come down towards your back, lift through the hips. And bring yourself up. Whew, lovely. Let's do the same on the other side. So we're just going balance up through the legs. So take yourself into a nice mini lunge position. A little bit of a softness through the front knee. Same again, hands behind. Maybe swap your hands around this time. So grab the other wrist and push your hands away from your body. Really open up through the chest. So you're really stretching through that chest area. And then fold from your hips. Lower your chest down towards your knee, only if you feel comfortable to. Don't carry on if you feel dizzy or unsafe doing this. Push your palms up towards the ceiling. Really feel that stretch through the shoulders. Good. A few deep breaths. As you breathe out, see if you can just drop your chest towards your knee a little bit further. The last one. And then just gently rotate through from the hips again and draw yourself back up. Oh, nice. Perfect. So we're going to come onto your knees. If you don't feel comfortable onto your knees, you can do this one standing. We're just going to start getting the movement coming a little bit more through the chest. Get yourself nice and stable onto your knees. You're going to put your hands behind your head. So your hands are going to meet your head, and instead of your hands putting pressure onto your head, I want you to think about pulling your head back into your hands. Okay, so the hands are not doing any work, elbows not doing any work, your head's just drawing back, and that sort of process of pulling your head back into your hands is already starting to lengthen through the neck muscles. So head goes back into hands, and then from here we're going to drop down towards the side. One elbow goes high, other elbow goes down towards your side. And now we're going to start to move. So roll your chin around your chest wall. Roll the elbows round with you. So you come around towards the other side. And now the other elbow is up towards the ceiling. Good. When you get there, just take a pause. Here we go around towards the other side. So roll it down, round, and other elbow up. Now, once you've got the hang of the movement, just check in with your head and your hands. Make sure your hands are not pushing in to your head. Your head is still trying to push back into your hands, because we don't want to put any pressure through the neck. We're just using the neck to lean back into your hands to create the release through the neck muscles, but also opening up through the chest by keeping your elbows nice and wide, and just starting to get the movement to come down into the upper part of the spine. There we go. Let's do one more to each side. It's a bit of a new one if you're used to doing this class, so take a moment to get used to it. Here we go, roll around, last one. And finish, elbows nice and wide. Super. Good. Let your hands relax. We're going to come round onto, sitting onto your heels. Come all the way down into your shell stretch. Really reach your hands forward, lengthen through your spine. Stretch to the tips of your fingers and let your head rest down onto the mat. Just take a moment to just really imagine your fingers are getting longer, the spine's getting longer. And when you're ready, I want you to sit your bottom down into your heels and start to roll your hips under as you peel your spine up. Your hands are just going to slide along your mat, and you're going to roll yourself up so you're sitting nice and tall. So it's like a mini roll up, and then we're going to roll down again. So we do chin to the chest. We've already lengthened through those neck muscles. Now hands are going to slide along the mat, roll through your spine and reach your arms forward. Nice. Here we go. Tuck under, roll yourself. Start to arch through the back. You're feeling that stretch through your shoulder blades and lift up. One of the things we need to watch out for this one is make sure you feel that stretch across your shoulder blades, but not your shoulders coming up towards your ears. Here we go again, chin to chest. Roll the hands forward, really reach and lengthen. And tuck under with your hips, roll yourself up, lift. Super. Last one, chin to chest. Stretch yourself out, roll those hands or slide them along your mat, really reach forward. Keep your bottom as close to your heels as you can. And then tuck under, arch through the back. Feel that stretch as you open up the space between your vertebrae and your back. And come back up to kneeling. Super. Okay, onto one knee. Take the other knee forward so you're in a nice right angle position to start off with. Here we're going to place your hands down onto the floor, and I want both hands on the inside. So here I've got my right leg out. I'm going to place both hands on the inside, level with my foot, and then stretch that back leg out. So we're creating a nice stretch through the front of your thigh and the inner part of the front leg as well. And just enjoy that stretch. Let your hips drop down towards the floor. Just enjoy that release through the hips. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let your hips drop down towards the mat. Breathe in, hold your position. And breathe out, hips drop down towards the mat. Okay, so you can carry on with this process, so you can breathe in and sink down, or if you want a little bit more of a challenge, your outside hand is now going to lift and open through the chest. So keep your hips down, keep a light pressure on that front leg and lift your the outside hand up towards the ceiling. So we're really feeling that stretch through the chest, through between the shoulder blades and just opening up through our waist. There we go, keep breathing. Hopefully you're all balanced and nobody's fallen over yet. Good, and then just gently bring that hand back down. Good, and let's swap round over onto the other side. So tuck that leg out the way. I'll show you from this side, so I'm going to stay here. Hands still on the inside of the foot. Lengthen the back leg out, drop the hips down. So first of all, we're opening up through those hip joints. So if we remember, we're working with the breathing. Take a nice breath in and breathe out, let the hips drop down. Good, breathe in and breathe out, let the hips drop down. Last bit. And again, let the hips drop down. Now, if this is enough for you, carry on doing your breathing, dropping the hips down. If you want the challenge, outside hand comes up, look up towards your fingertips and feel that twist through this part of your spine, through between your shoulders. Look up towards your hand if you can. There we go, really opening up through the chest. Watch your shoulder doesn't come too near your ear. So try not to have your hand too far forwards. Take it back so the shoulder opens up wide. Good, keep holding it if you can. Lovely, and then place that hand down. Super, take the weight back a little bit so you're taking the pressure off your knee. This leg that's still forwards, you're going to slide it through the gap between your hands and your knee. Take it across your body. Sit yourself down and lengthen into this nice glute stretch. So we come down onto your elbows. Here's the one where we get that nice stretch through your bottom muscles. So you can stay in this midline position. Hopefully you're all okay with this. So I've slid that leg through and then hands just drop down onto the elbows. Lengthen that back leg out. Just go down as far as you can feel comfortable. And from here, if you need to get a bit more of a stretch into your bottom, I want you to push your bottom out towards that side and almost just lean right into that hip so you can feel that stretch. We can take it even more if you like. So if I'm stretching my left hip, I'm going to walk my arms round towards the right hand side. So I'm getting a little bit of a twist through the spine as well. There we go. And of course you can be up on your elbows, or you might want to stretch your arms all the way out and down. Do whatever feels good for you to get that stretch. Should feel quite a good one through your bottom there. We'll just keep holding it, make sure we've got enough time, spend enough time on the stretch to get the tension out. Perfect. And then very gently, if you've moved your hands around, bring them back to the center, bring your hips back into the center and just untangle your legs, swap them around. So we'll do the other side. So you start off on your all fours, bring the other leg forward and slide it through. So there's it from the other angle. Lengthen the back leg out. Sink your hips down towards the mat and come down onto your elbows. Super. Good. And again, so lean into your glutes if you need to, or into the hip to feel the stretch a little bit deeper. I mean, you might feel it down the back of your thigh a little bit as well. That's absolutely fine. But we're aiming to get the stretch into your bottom. Good. And then if you need to walk your hands round a little bit, walk them round. If you want to have your arms out straight and sink right down into it, go down there if you feel that's necessary. Good. Keep breathing. Remember, every time we breathe out when we do these stretches, just see if you can ask your body just to soften and lengthen and just melt into that stretch. Brilliant. Gently bring your hands back to the center, roll your hips back so you're into that position. Just untangle yourself and lie yourself down onto your back. Slowly lower yourself down. There we go. Take a moment to get comfortable onto your mat. If you're ready with me, bring your knees in towards your chest and just start hugging your knees in. Rock them in towards your chest. Just get some movement going through your low back. And then start to circle your knees around. Circle them one way and then circle them the other way. A nice movement through the low back there. Fabulous. Okay, pop one foot down onto the mat. Keep your knee bent. With the other leg, you're going to reach it up towards the ceiling and then just take your hands behind your knee. From this position, if you can't get your hands behind your knee, just grab whatever part of your leg you can make contact with. And if you're really struggling with this one, if you can't make contact at all, you can get a scarf or something like that to hold behind your leg, just to use as a guide to pull it in. But if you can make contact, take hold, interlace your fingers behind the leg. And what I want you to do is, if you're like me and your knee's a little bit bent, as you breathe out this time, I want you to push your foot up towards the ceiling a little bit more. If you're okay and you can keep your leg nice and straight, what you're going to do instead is, as you breathe out, I want you to pull the knee towards your head a little bit further. So you've got your two options there. As you breathe out, either lengthen the leg up towards the ceiling and feel that stretch, or draw your elbows in, well, bend your elbows and pull the leg up towards your head. Either way, we're getting that stretch through the back of your hamstring there. So just a few more. So as you breathe out, lengthen the leg or draw it in, or a combination of both, as long as it feels comfortable and not painful. So just working with your breathing. Breathe in and then breathe out. Lengthen the leg in whichever way feels good. Nice. Last one. And then just gently soften that knee and place the leg down. Take the other leg and lengthen it up towards the ceiling. Take your hands round behind the back of your thigh if you can. Same again. So you're going to breathe in to prepare and breathe out, and either stretch or reach your toes up towards the ceiling, or use your arms to bring the leg in towards your chest. That's it. Breathe in and then breathe out, lengthen. The breath out is when you sort of soften into all that stretch. As you breathe in, just notice where the tension is. And breathe out and then just lengthen into that tension. Nice slow breaths. 2 more on this leg. Good. Last one, breathe out. Last big stretch. Perfect. And then just gently place that leg down onto the mat. Okay, good. So we're going to lengthen through the whole body now. We're doing single leg, double arms. Take a nice breath in. Both arms reach towards the wall behind you and lengthen one leg out. And then breathe in, bring everything back. Okay, lengthen. Actually, I'll change that breathing. Breathe in, stretch out. And breathe out as everything comes back into the start. So we're going to use that breath to encourage that lengthening. So we're really opening up through the lungs. And then breathe out, everything sinks back to normal. Breathe in, lengthen, stretch to the very tips of your fingers, the very tips of your toes. There we go. Feel that release. Imagine that everything that's going through your body, all that connective tissue, everything is attached from the tip of your fingers to the tips of your toes. And we're just creating a lengthening through that continuous connective tissue that's going through the whole of the body. There we go. It's almost like it's stretching out all the crinkles in the middle. One more on each side. There we go. Finish up with this one and bring your knees back to where they started and your arms by your side. We're going to go from here to bring both feet off of the floor. See if you can put the soles of your feet together and grab onto your ankles if we get into this position. If you can't reach there, then take a wider grip around your knees if you need to. So soles of the feet together, use your hands to hook over your ankles and bring your legs in towards you. So we're getting a nice stretch through your low back, but we're also getting a nice lengthening through those adductor muscles. So all those inner thigh muscles quite often get forgotten when we do stretching. This is a nice one just to open up through those adductors. Good. And again, just work with the breathing. So if we carry on with our theme of the breathing, so breathe in, hold the position you're in. And as you breathe out, just see if you can use your arms to bring your feet closer towards your chest. Breathe in, hold the position. So don't let yourself sink back out. Keep that position. Breathe in, hold it. And breathe out, draw them in a little bit closer. Hold that position as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, soften again, bring your feet in. It's going to get to a point where nothing's going to happen and you've reached the end. But as long as it's still comfortable, just hold it and keep breathing. Super. Last breath. Perfect. And gently let your arms lengthen, let your feet come away and place your feet down onto the mat. Perfect. Let's finish off the leg muscles and work with your quads. So we're going to just return to the stretch on our side. So lying on your side, grab hold of your ankle and pull the ankle in towards your bottom. So we're aiming to lengthen through the front of your thigh there. Now, if you don't quite feel a stretch happen, I want you to clench your bottom. So squeeze in with your glutes and push your hips forward. So you're opening up through that hip. Think about creating more space across the hip joint just here, and just hold that stretch. There we go. It should feel a nice warm stretch through the front of your thigh. There we go. Now, if that's enough, hold it in that position. If you want to just put a bit of movement into the stretch, just very gently, see if you can draw a small circle with your knee, keeping your ankle in that stretched position. So we're starting to just change the direction of the stretch and just increase a little bit of movement into the hip. If this doesn't feel right, if it feels uncomfortable or you're not getting the stretch, then just hold it again in that static stretch. But just to have an explore and see if this works better for you, just see if you can draw a few circles or with your knee. There we go. Nice. Maybe change direction as well. Screw the hip back on. There we go. And then gently finish up with that leg. Don't let go too quickly. Soften it as you let the leg go, and we'll flip over onto the other side. There we go. Get yourself comfortable. Take hold of that ankle. Pull your heel in towards your bottom and push your hips forward. There we go. Find the place where you're getting the most stretch. Make sure you're nice and stable with your bottom leg. You don't want to challenge this as too much of a balance. So if you've got your leg really stretched out and find yourself wobbling all over the place, just bend that bottom knee. There we go. Now, if you haven't quite got the stretch, make sure you've clenched through your bottom and use that squeeze of your bottom to push your hips forward, and you'll feel that stretch working its way down the front of your thigh. There we go. And again, if you want to start drawing some circles with your knee, feel free to do so. Try not to let up too much pressure from your hand that's holding onto your ankle. Otherwise, you'll lose that tension and the stretch. So just draw a couple of circles there. Super. Nice. And then change direction. Ooh. There we go. That was a bit of brain engagement there to try and change direction. A bit too much to ask at this time of the evening. There we go. Couple more circles, just easing into that stretch. Lovely. Finish up that one again. Let go nice and gently and slowly stretch the leg back out. Let's take you back onto all fours. So come back into this position. A really nice one to open through the spine. We pretty much do this one every time because it is so fantastic a stretch. Take a nice deep breath in, arch through the spine, push your back up towards the ceiling. And breathe out, sink down, lift the chest, lift the hips. Breathe in, tuck your hips under. Chin comes down so you're looking right between your hands. And then breathe out, lift your eye line so you're looking straight in front of you. Lovely. Breathe in, tuck under with your hips. Feel each one of those bones in your spine, one by one, really opening out and creating space between them. And then breathe out, sink down, lift the hips. Open through your chest, lift your chin. Two more, deep breath in. And breathe out as you sink down. Fantastic. Last one. And gently breathe out. Perfect. Come off of your hands, give your wrists a little bit of a rotate. There we go. Open, close your fingers, rotate through the wrists, loosen off that tension, change directions, and then gently bring yourselves up to standing. Don't jump up too quickly. Don't get head rush. There we go. Stand yourself up nice and comfortably. Just take a moment for everybody to join us and circle your shoulders around. There we go. And we'll finish off with full body stretch. So we're going to breathe in, reach your hands up towards the ceiling, and breathe out, let your arms come down. Breathe in, lift. Open through your chest. Breathe out, float the arms back down, up onto your tiptoes. Breathe in, reach up, and breathe out, come down. Good. Breathe in, reach up, and breathe out, come down. Breathe in, reach up, and breathe out. All the way up to your tiptoes, reach to the very tips of your toes, tips of your fingers, and we're going to finish with 3 full body stretches. So come all the way up, bend your knees, let your arms sweep through. Now push through your feet and stand up tall. Hold it, balance when you're ready. Heels come down, sweep the arms through, little bend of the knees and reach. Last one, double time. Now bend your knees, swing your arms through, reach, hold it. Everybody still upright. Lower your heels down, lower your arms down. Thank you. Well done. Hope you enjoyed that one.